written here. What is reality? That was my note to self. What is reality? There's a saying that goes, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. Life is but a dream. And it's a cosmic poem, you know, if you think about it, about what is this reality, what is real. With Sun conjunct Neptune, which it is today, it is really about what is real and what is not real, what is practical, what is not practical. It's in Pisces, so it's even more impressionistic. It's more like a impressionistic painting. You know, everything's a little bit out of focus, a little bit not so clear as usual. But it's opposing, and I'm just saying some astrology today because it's the last solar sign of the zodiac, Pisces, to the full moon, which is Virgo. So you Virgos and Pisces actually will feel this more. And it's a very beautiful full moon, actually. And your birthday. Yeah. On a full moon. You know, so this is a very powerful time. And there's a couple of people I know that their birthday is today or tomorrow. And it is a really powerful full moon. And it's a loving, full, big, magnanimous, and mysterious full moon. A little bit out of the real. Even though Virgo's so real, so practical, so everyday. But Pisces is the mystery. And so here we are with the contrast, of course, as always on a full moon, because the sun and the moon are opposite. So that's the ultimate yin and yang right there. All the time we have it in our cosmos. We can watch these pairs of opposites work out, like in that yin and yang way that we talk about. And so there's so much going on in the world as we're all translating, right? There's so much stuff going on, so much choices to make, it seems, and stands to take or not, right? How we feel about things, what we think about anything, the hopelessness, the helplessness, the wanting to help, the wanting to hope, and doing it anyway, right? Love loves anyway. Doesn't matter how it is or how you feel. Love loves anyhow. And that's the point, right? Is it doesn't matter what the contrast is. It doesn't matter what you're even experiencing. You still love. And what's so unique about that is you get to love because of the experience you're in. And it comes uniquely through. It's almost like taking a crystal and letting the light shine through the facet, and then it makes green, you know, or it makes yellow, or it bends, or it makes a rainbow, right? All of these facets create light. And so our funny little contortions that we get into in life of something we're going through, or what the whole world is going through, creates a facet that the light goes through, that makes a color, that makes an experience that is unique to the pose, right? The pose that we're in. And we get into this funny little contracted sometimes cow pose, right? And it's not comfortable necessarily. It might hurt. It might be awkward. And still, the point of it is to love through the shape, right? To love through the bend, to love through the contrast. And so the work is, as you've been seeing on my Facebook page, lots and lots of what is love, because it's like a little exercise for me. It really feels good to me to do that. I just like it feels like breathing, inhaling and exhaling and inhaling. Love is offering, love is receiving, right? The opposites, because they work together. You know, love stays. Love lets go, right? It's all the opposites. All of it is true. And in different moments, different things. And I always say to everybody that I talk to or teach or counsel is, you know, what would love do right now about this particular condition that you're in? How would love move through that? Which asana are you in, you know? And it's an interesting question to ask yourself and to be creative to, and because there's an answer to that. Because sometimes love says no. And sometimes love says yes. And it's still love, though. Yeah. So this is where we are. And in this time, this is about it, this particular month, what I wanted to give you as a practice in a way was the idea of getting your ducks in a row. You know, getting things kind of organized, cleaning out a closet. Spring anyway, it's perfect timing. But also to get yourself, your own ducks in a row inside yourself, you know. One of the things I say with clients a lot is after you do this type of spiritual work, you don't need to do those therapy for your whole life, even though all of life is therapy, I suppose. But, you know, that kind of thing. Because when you do spiritual work, this is the metaphor I use, is it's like having a totem pole. And we have all the information. Everything we need to know we already have. But the head is on the feet, and the feet are in the throat, and you know, everything's like backwards. It's not necessarily head, throat, chest, right? In order, the feet on the ground. The feet sometimes are on the head. So we've got the parts though, but the feet need to be on the ground, and the head needs to be up and above, and the heart needs to be open. And when that gets rightly organized, all the things that we know, all of the information and the life experiences and the wisdom that we've garnered and gathered becomes accessible through the thing. And it's just that same thing, soul with self, that there is this connection where the soul and the self unite, and there's no gap. There's no gap. There's no gap. Right? There's no gap. Because it just goes, and you can hold light. You can hold your wisdom, you can know what to do from moment to moment. You can do red light, green light, which I teach a lot. All those ideas and practices that are in spirituality all of a sudden are usable and practical and simple if we can remember to do them. So this is that month, right, to kind of get organized. Get your head where your head goes, get your feet on the ground, and everything in between too. All of it organized to light. And so meditation becomes really important for all that. All I know is I meditate every day, and that meditation is my personal attunement. I'm attuning to the soul every single time. I'm lining back up because I'm different than I was yesterday. And I'll be different tomorrow again. And depending on what kind of twist or asana I have ended up in on this particular day, I need to line up to that shape in the new way that it is, in the new way that I am to it. And so practices are important, right? Virgo. Practices, routines, things that you do on purpose, that you take as much time organizing your mental life as you do your clothes, you know, or your hair, or keeping your car tuned up, or following a recipe, right? It becomes not just like you don't matter, it all matters. And self-care. All the things that are self-care, whatever those things are, that are, for me, meditation. And for you, meditation, because you're here. Meditation is such a reorganizer. Think of a person that would go on stage and play their guitar out of tune. Right? You have to take the time to make sure it's really, really in tune. Not kind of, because everybody hears it, right? It's off. We call it off, being it's off tune, right? So we're out of tune. And when we meditate, we're tuning ourselves. We're tuning ourselves to our soul. And our soul is connected to all that is. And we become aligned with light, and we become aligned with the next step for all of us. And we mostly, the main thing, that's just the practical aspect, is you get in tune to yourself. So, practices that you start to feel like your life is humming along and connected all the time. And not to, just because sometimes we talk about the idea of, the red light, green light thing, if something feels bad or something feels right to as for your next step. Just because something's green doesn't mean it's not hard, right? It's still, but it feels green. Green meaning yes, I want to go to med school. Well, that's 8 years of your life. That's a huge commitment of doing that But you still have a green light on it, meaning it's aligned to the soul, like you're here to heal, and that's the way you want to do it, right? And so during these times when there's so much going on, you have to keep your balance. And that's another good word for this full moon, is being in balance, to be organized, to take care of yourself. I've been saying that the last few full moons, actually, but this is the one it really belongs to maybe make a practice this particular month of doing things very consciously that are soul aligned, that you know that that's what that means, meaning eating well, right? And thinking well, you know? Being well, physically healthy, right? And we've got that's a big subject right now, staying healthy, whatever that all means for you. To stay well mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So all the ways that you know that do that, really employing, right? Those practices that you know that give you that. So eating well, praying well, even thinking of like what you watch on TV, what you let come into your head, right, is the same as choosing which foods you want to eat. And why are we so different? Like we'll let ourselves eat junk food in regard to the news, right, or the media, rather than choose, I select this, and I select this, and I select this, and it's conscious, rather than you just falling into something that's on 24/7 in the background. And how many people have, you know, the radio on or the television on in the background with scary things, scare, 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 scare. And so people are in high alert all the time right now, if you've noticed. You can see it in traffic, you can see it everywhere you go, that people are nervous, uncomfortable, afraid of each other because we don't want to make each other sick. And all of this, which is I have so much to say about that. But you can almost imagine what it would be, without me getting into it right now, to stay and choose good thoughts, good foods, good people, good experiences, to choose those things in a conscious way, just like when you sit to meditate, that you're not going to listen to the news in the background, right, for instance. Or you would go to friends that fills you up, and that you fill them up. You know, and all of that kinds of things where you're starting to choose very consciously what is good self-care for me these days, so that you can stay the bright, 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 bright light that you all are, and that we all are. And so I think that's where we're going to go into the meditation now. I'm going to light our candle, and if you have one, do that too. So when I do a meditation, or I have a session, or I do a client, I always light a candle when they walk in, and I blow it out when it's done. Even if there's somebody right after them, I start again, right? Because each moment is itself, and that's why I light the candle when we start the meditation versus when we walked in the room. For me, that's my little practice, right? So those are little practices that you can do too. When you have a meal, you can light a candle. You know, we were just talking about a friend of ours that has passed, and 49 days, 49 days. To help assist with that, you know. So we light a candle for 49 days, or you make a prayer for 49 days, or you have gratitude for 49 days, or which is a good idea too right now, as to what you're grateful for. 49 days of what am I grateful for? Any practice that comes to mind during this meditation, do it. Do it. Like, do the one that you're thinking of when I'm talking. There's one that you know, or maybe you've done before, or you've never done and you wished you did, that you will begin today on this full moon, which is tomorrow at 10:48 a.m. It's exact. Mercury goes direct tomorrow too, in the evening. Yeah, so that's nice. So it's also Women's Day today, Women's Day. I've been doing women's circles. Those have been really powerful, of doing women meditation with women in a different format than is out there, and mostly. And it's starting to change as more women are coming into their own spirituality. Most of the practices that are out there were made for men. So we have to discover, what are those women's practices? And that's just something also to add into this. Like, what does it look like if you're a woman? What do you know about that? What is your inclination? What is your inclination when you meditate and start to trust that more? And we're working on that too here. So we're going to start in our meditation now. So make sure you're comfortable, light your candle. If you don't have a physical candle, just light it in your mind, in your awareness. I'm going to read this little poem that my friend Brock Travis wrote, which I thought was so perfect for today. It's called The Plan of Love and Light by Brock Travis. And it'll lead us right into the meditation. Pause a moment from action and sit. Ease your breath and quiet the body. Feel your feelings and quiet the heart. Watch your thoughts and quiet the mind. Know yourself to be the soul, a being of the divine. Offer your life in service to the plan of love and light, and the way will be shown. Remember, wisdom will not be fearful for the separate self. Wisdom will be loving for the greater whole. Act upon the glimpse or hint you are given, and peace will be the sign of the path. That's my favorite line. And peace will be the sign of the path. Peace in yourself. That is the green light. That is how you know. That is the direction. And peace will be the sign of the path, that you're on the path, yes? So using that to enter this meditation now. Getting comfortable in your body, breathing in and breathing out. Feeling natural in yourself. Feeling balanced in yourself. The mystery and the reality. What is reality? Is what I wrote down. Between the cosmos and all that is, and this physical body of ours, down here on the earth, experiencing all of this as soul. And you thank your life. Thank you for giving me the life to have this experience and experiment of this experience. And thank you for all kinds of other things that you think of right now. Gratitude, gratitude. For all the good in your life. For all the abundance, where it is abundant. For all the opportunities for growth that are all around us. And for this meditation right now, to get to sit with yourself, with your soul, and to make this conscious relationship between the soul and the self. Om. I make a conscious relationship between the soul and myself. And you start to feel that alignment that begins today in the heart center. Letting your love guide you. Letting your heart guide you. Following your heart. But it has a different, greater knowing than what the mind can generate. And you can begin to know versus think things. And feel that expansive knowing. We are connecting to all that is all the time. And to all the great thinkers, feelers, speakers, doers, creators, inventors, artists that have ever been and that ever will be. You can connect to that through your own heart center. and start to expand your own heart center by breathing through it now and feeling this commonality and community of friends, of aware, conscious souls that are joining together on any full moon, every full moon, to organize themselves. We organize ourselves to light. That is a really powerful mantra to use. I organize myself to light by heart. So let's start with that one. I organize myself to light by heart. Now your heart becomes the crystal with the facets. And that light of the soul can shine through your heart center and make a rainbow and heal your life or your immune system or your relationships with subjects like food, like money, like friends, like the world, like what's happening in the world. We become tuned and attuned to light. I am attuned to light. And now I allow that light to affect and impress my mind, my heart, my physical body. And I'll just drop this in here to use it as a soft reminder of what practices might you take on during this month that is about love in some way for you, taking care of yourself, taking care of somebody, taking care of each other. And make a little 30-day, 28-day actually practice. To have gratitude every day. Or to tell somebody you love them every day. And to tell yourself you love you every day. Whatever it be, let it come to you in your meditation now. And this will be the mantra for the full moon meditation. Today I realize and know that I am the soul. And that the soul and I are in one, in service to the greater good. I pledge my light to the divine plan. Take all of this into your meditation now, into the silence, for some moments. Feel yourself connect all the way to the heart of the soul, to the heart of Sirius. Feel that alignment of light that connects you to everything and each other. And just feel the hum of the universe that is singing your name infinitely, like a chorus of angels, like a symphony of stars. And you hear softly in the background, love, 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 love like a pulse, love, 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 love. And let this permeate the field of this meditation and of the world. Love, 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 love. And on and on and on and on, to infinity, to infinity. Love. And just inside your heart, grounding this meditation, you're starting to bring it down back into the head center, letting your brain be impressed by what you are understanding, literally and mystically, impressionistically and practically. And let these inform you and inform the life. And as it starts to anchor all the way into the heart center, love, Om, love, Om, love, Om. Feeling this grounded spirituality in the life. Softly aware of a practice, perhaps, that you will employ during these next 28 days. To take care, to caretake, to be caring full. Love, Om, love, Om. Love, Om. And by your peace, you will know the way. By your peace, you will know your way. Good. Good, and when you're ready to, letting your breath get deeper and fuller until it starts to feel natural to transition out of this meditation. The next Women's Circle is March 20th, which is the equinox. The next full moon is April 7th, which is a Tuesday, and it's an exact time one, so it'll be in the evening, 7:30, so we'll probably start at 7, April 7th. And I'm considering doing a meditation online class. So think about that, and if you get any thoughts about that, I'd love to hear from you about it, if you're interested in something like that. Thank you for being part of this today, this full moon meditation, this World Service full moon meditation. Thank you for being part of it, and we'll see you on the next one.